forward to the year. Had a bit of a rough off season, actually had an ACL reconstruction after the last national. Actually tore it in the middle of the last year. Did the whole year with pain in my knee and then got it checked out once the season was done. And yeah, at least it's fixed now, but coming in a little bit underprepared for my liking. Free practice today was a bit of a mud show. I was first out on track, so at least I got the smooth track. I was quite waterlogged, but as you can tell there's quite a lot of wind at the moment. And yeah, it's drying the track up nicely, so hopefully the rain doesn't come tonight, and I think it'll be a good day tomorrow.
Looking for the left-handed screwdriver here, eh?
How did you find it though?
Still looking.
The track's been a little bit muddy today, so today's free practice and then tomorrow's a race. So I've had 2 practices now. Yeah, I feel good, and then yeah, tomorrow hopefully we can get the both the bikes on the podium. That's the goal, and yeah, feeling good. Got a good team behind me.
Yesterday was a bit touch and go with the weather. First session was quite sloshy. Second was better, and obviously the third was a lot better. And then yeah, today's looking amazing. Track's been unskilled, looks good. Should be a great day of racing.
How was practice yesterday?
It was lekker. I missed the first 2. My bike's a bit new, so I didn't want to go in the water, but it was nice at the end of the day. I see they've done a good job now. Track looks perfect. So yeah, in for a good day.
Awesome, man. Good luck out there.
Shot.
Round 1 of the National Motocross, proudly brought to you by TRP, MotorX and Bridgestone Tyres, headed to Wetherd Motocross track in East London for an absolutely amazing start to the 2025 season. One of the most healthy MX1 gates we've seen in a long time saw over 16 riders go to battle in the very first event. And Cam Deroe with the #1 plate would certainly have a massive target on his back, having taken the double championship in 2024. He's going to have to work hard because Jaden Proctor is going to be up there on the Yamaha, and so is Slade Smith on the Honda. Great to see a mix-up of the manufacturers fighting in MX1. Big return of Kieran Fitzgerald and Maddie Milan into the field as well is a big concern for some of the top riders. But of course, they'll be spending most of their time using this for training for the off-road season and for the enduros that they'll be participating in throughout the season. However, Cam Deroe started the season off really well as he finished off in 2024. And it looks like he's going to be the man to beat here, with a lot of riders on his tail closing down, including some youngsters joining the pack for the very first time in Callan Broski and Garrick Henley. They're going to be certainly fighting hard to try and get to the front end. And as I said, with one of the biggest gates we've ever seen in MX1, the history and healthiness of the sport looks fantastic heading into this season. And there's definitely going to be a lot of changes at the front end. Fantastic to see how both club, regional and national championships have stepped up their games to ensure that we get results just like this. The top riders at the top of the list for MX1s in the first round at Wetherd in East London. And of course, with the World Supercross making its way to South African shores, a lot of riders are going to be fighting hard in both MX1 and MX2, including the likes of Jaden Proctor. Mark Cardy, who's coming back from a couple of crashes, and the 2 KwaZulu-Natal boys, Trey Cox and Luke Grundy, would be fighting hard in an incredible 27 field of MX2s. There's a lot of riders out there all fighting for the 250 class, and they're all just as good as each other. And any single one of these top riders could take it to the front end, including a couple of riders who've just stepped up to MX2s for the very first time. You see Jordan van Wyk making a welcome return after a fantastic summer series in Zimbabwe. He and Luke Grundy were definitely the men to watch out for amongst some of the best in the world at the Zimbabwe series. And now looking to turn it around and try and catch that #1 plate. As I said earlier on, the double plate last year has certainly put a massive target onto Cam Deroe's back. And he's going to have to work hard and try and keep off the likes of Grundy, Proctor, Carty, Trey Cox, and all the rest of the field. Fighting hard in there, of course, will also be his brother, fighting with him for the very first time in a long time that the two brothers are in the same class. But there's 5 different manufacturers in MX2s this year as well, and that just shows you how well the sport is at this point in time and what the future could possibly bring by the time the checkered flag comes out at the end of the season for 2025. This is only round 1, and what a way to start things out. Duro at the front end again, showing just the type of class he's got, who's going to have what it takes later on in the season to beat him.